The year 1939 marked the beginning of a global conflict that would forever alter human history, World War II. This devastating war, lasting until 1945, engulfed nations across the globe in a battle for freedom against tyranny. From the beaches of Normandy to the jungles of the Pacific, millions faced unimaginable horrors and fought bravely for a better future. The war pitted the Axis powers, led by Germany, Italy and Japan, against the Allied powers, primarily Great Britain, the United States, the Soviet Union and China. Fueled by ideologies of hate and expansionism, the Axis sought to dominate the world, while the Allies fought to defend freedom and democracy. The Treaty of Versailles, signed after World War I, imposed harsh penalties on Germany, sowing seeds of resentment that contributed to the rise of Adolf Hitler. Hitler's ambition to create a greater German Reich and his ideology of racial superiority led to the outbreak of war in Europe. The human cost of World War II was staggering, with an estimated 40 to 85 million lives lost. Amidst the devastation, stories of courage and resilience emerged, reminding us of the power of hope even in the darkest times. The seeds of World War II were sown in the aftermath of World War I. The Treaty of Versailles, signed in 1919, aimed to ensure lasting peace, but instead fueled resentment and instability. Germany, burdened with crippling war reparations, faced economic hardship and political turmoil. Amidst this backdrop, a charismatic leader emerged, Adolf Hitler. Exploiting Germany's economic woes and nationalistic sentiments, Hitler gained popular support for his Nazi party. The Nazis, driven by a toxic ideology of racial superiority and territorial expansion, promised to restore Germany to its former glory. Hitler's rise to power in 1933 marked a turning point in Germany's trajectory. On September 1, 1939, Hitler invaded Poland in a blitzkrieg attack, marking the beginning of World War II. Great Britain and France, honoring their commitments to Poland, declared war on Germany, plunging Europe into another devastating conflict. Germany's invasion of Poland unleashed a new form of warfare, blitzkrieg or lightning war. This tactic relied on speed, surprise and overwhelming force to quickly break through enemy lines. German tanks, aircraft and infantry coordinated their attacks with devastating precision, rapidly overrunning Poland, Denmark, Norway, the Netherlands, Belgium and France. While Europe became engulfed in flames, the conflict soon spread to Asia. Japan, driven by imperial ambitions, had been expanding its influence in East Asia throughout the 1930s. The United States, with its Pacific territories, viewed Japan's aggression with growing concern. On December 7, 1941, Japan launched a surprise attack on Pearl Harbor, Hawaii, shocking the American public and propelling the United States into World War II. The following day, President Franklin D. Roosevelt addressed Congress, declaring war on Japan. With the entry of the United States, the war escalated into a truly global conflict. Millions of Americans mobilized for war on two fronts, Europe and the Pacific playing a pivotal role in turning the tide against the Axis powers. As the war raged on, several key battles marked turning points in the Allied fight against the Axis powers. On the Eastern Front, the Battle of Stalingrad, fought from August 1942 to February 1943, became a symbol of Soviet resistance and a devastating blow to German ambitions. The Soviet victory marked a turning point in the war, halting Germany's eastward advance. In the Pacific, the Battle of Midway, fought in June 1942, proved to be a decisive victory for the United States Navy. The battle crippled Japan's naval aviation forces and turned the tide of the war in the Pacific. On June 6, 1944, known as D-Day, Allied forces launched a massive assault on the beaches of Normandy, France, marking the beginning of the liberation of Western Europe. Despite heavy casualties, the Allied forces established a foothold in France, opening a new front against Germany. This paved the way for the eventual liberation of Paris and the defeat of Nazi Germany. By 1945, the tide of war had decisively turned against the Axis powers. Germany, facing relentless Allied advances from both the east and west, was on the brink of collapse. Berlin lay in ruins under constant bombardment, and Hitler's dreams of a thousand-year empire crumbled on April 30th, 1945, as Soviet forces closed in on his Berlin bunker. Adolf Hitler committed suicide. On May 7th, 1945, Germany surrendered unconditionally to the Allied powers, marking the end of the war in Europe. In the Pacific, the war raged on for several more months. The United States faced fierce Japanese resistance in a series of bloody battles across the Pacific Islands. Facing the prospect of a costly invasion of Japan, President Harry S. Truman made the fateful decision to use atomic bombs. On August 6, 1945, an American B-29 bomber dropped an atomic bomb on Hiroshima, and 3 days later a second bomb was dropped on Nagasaki. World War II, the deadliest conflict in human history, left an indelible mark on the world. The war's human cost was staggering, with an estimated 40 to 85 million lives lost. In the aftermath of the war, the world embarked on a path of rebuilding and reconciliation. The United Nations, founded in 1945, emerged as a beacon of hope, dedicated to maintaining international peace and security. The war also witnessed the rise of the United States and the Soviet Union as superpowers, setting the stage for the Cold War. World War II left an enduring legacy, shaping international relations, technological advancements, and the very fabric of societies. The war's lessons about the dangers of unchecked aggression and the importance of international cooperation continue to resonate today.